Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day guys and welcome to episode 122 of All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast.
Dizzy, how are we, big guy?
Oh, it is great to be here, mate. We have got a huge episode today. We've got the guys behind the Port Lincoln Tuna Comp. For anybody who's been playing along at home for a while, they'll know that's Steve Toome and Ashley White, two of the greatest fishing people from Port Lincoln and absolute community icons down there. Is that a wrap? Is we pumping their tyres up enough there?
Nah, just about. I think give it a little bit more mayo and we'll get there, Diz. I reckon if these two blokes retired, they could run for maybe mayor, maybe president of Port Lincoln.
They'd be going for the
Kings
top,
of the town.
They'd be going for some of the top jobs, that's for sure. So we are very much looking forward to having a chat with them later, Rhodey. We're going to hear about all the preparation that's going on in the background for the Port Lincoln Tuna Comp, which is happening March next year, and a bit about the fishing that those two have been up to of late. So,
you reckon if that comp goes any better, they might get a statue next to Maccabi Diva?
Oh, jeez, that's a huge call, but a fair call, but a very fair call. I think, they would look pretty good there. They would look pretty good. Rhodey, let's get into oranges and lemons, mate. Your oranges is far better than mine, so I'll let you start.
All right, Diz, I know this is a podcast. It's not really a visual type media, but if you look around this room, there is fishing gear everywhere. There's travel rods, there's rod cases, there's lures. I'm heading away, Diz, going to Hamilton Island, and my God, it's all the big gear, but no idea this pool table.
I was
right
just
now.
about to say you should take a photo of this table and put it up as a genuine case of all the gear, but no idea because there is a lot here.
Anyway, Diz, I'm looking forward to going fishing, hoping to get out with a good friend of the show, Dizzy Duncan from Boomer Anchors. He lives up that way. If the weather plays the game, might be able to get out.
Yes, yep, lovely guy. I met him last year's boat show and he was here again this year, one of the world-class anchors, that's for sure. But, it'd be nice to get out there with you, mate.
But Diz, my God, it's hard going somewhere you have never been and don't really have any idea about in terms of what gear do you bring. Are you going to get out on the boat? Does the weather play the game? Are you going to be land-based? What do you bring? What do you not bring? And I've just gone for the approach of no clothes, lots of fishing gear.
Good. We like that. We like that very much. Very good. I'll roll that into my orange, mate. And it's probably it was an orange initially. We got a bit of a crew together for the Australia v Pakistan one-dayer at the Adelaide Oval on Friday just gone, and it really did spell the start of the summer of cricket for mine. There was a lot of talk about the Indian Test Series, which is coming up. We really look forward to that, but it really just turned into a mandarin after Australia just made an absolute fool of themselves. Zampa dropped an absolute sitter right in front of us. And it was just really like watching a train crash slowly, wasn't it?
There's nothing quite like knocking off work a bit early with the anticipation of some big plastic cup beers at the cricket.
Good call.
And when you get there and they're, what were they, 4 for? And then you blink and they were 7 for?
Well, yeah, Pez was a little bit behind us, wasn't he?
And I reckon he missed about 3 wickets.
At one point, we messaged him saying, you better get in here quick or you're not going to be able to watch him bat at all. It's very disappointing. Let's move on to the lemons, Rhodey, and I'll start us off. There's been a lot of kingies caught out of Port Augusta and that particular area.
Certainly been a lot of boats out there.
Yeah, a lot of boats, seen lots of photos. I'm sure there's lots of people that have missed out too. You're right. There's not many times where you sort of see people post themselves back at the boat ramp with a 6-pack of donuts or saying, I caught nothing fishing club and that sort of thing.
No, but I do hear a lot of people are hooking them and losing them too.
Yeah, it was disappointing that it is disappointing that we haven't been able to get there so far, Rhodey, and that sounds like a familiar story.
Yeah, it is a bit of a deja vu from last year, and, I've probably been out of action the last couple of weekends and, You've been travelling a bit for work, and I've got Hamilton Island coming up, so I sort of haven't had too many free weekends.
Yeah.
So it's been a bit busy on our front.
Yeah, good call. All right, what's your lemon, mate?
Diz, again, this is sort of this might be a mandarin too, actually. Bit of orange, bit of lemon, but at the moment I have a sandpit for a front and a backyard. I've done a bit of a lawn renovation, scarified, top dressed. I think it'll look great in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Is a 3-year-old or 2.5, however old Lou is, 2 3/4, is that a great age to be living in a top dressed lawn house? No.
It's not.
She was weeing on the lawn just before, and she just kept sitting down and thinking it was hilarious.
Oh, no.
Sitting in the sand with a bare bottom.
Oh, Lil, come on.
So we had to get the bloody
footage?
Had to get the pressure washer out.
Had to go down all right at the 18th, I reckon.
Thought it was hilarious. Weeing and then sitting in the sand.
Oh, my goodness me. What an absolute disgrace. Well, I said when I walked in here that I thought there was a real lack of sand inside the house.
Yeah, well, mate, the vacuum's been getting to work out.
You got a robo-vac or something?
Vacuum's
doing the hard yards?
We've worn the vacuum out.
Good. All right, mate, that's been a very long oranges and lemons. So I hope there's still some people out there following along on this episode. But let's just give the listeners a real quick update on the merch before we roll it into the news. So there is still some beanies.
Yeah, a couple of beanies left, couple of grey hats and T-shirts still available, I think, in the largest sizes, maybe from large up.
Yep.
None of the smaller T-shirts left. If you want one of them, get your hands on them.
Yep.
I did tell myself this year I was going to be organised on the Christmas presents, and if you're like me, that's where you got to go.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Just hit us up. Hit us up. Hit us up, guys. Send your photos in. We love it. Keep up the good work. Rhodey, let's get into the news.
Rhodey and Diz have been searching far and wide to bring you the latest news across all fishing in the state, and we'll give you the rundown on what you need to know.
Righto, Rhodey, RecFish elections are happening.
They
for
are
board
dizzy.
positions.
Yes, it's an interesting one to follow along, Diz. So there's been nominations for the open. Is it the open board positions? I suppose it is the open board positions.
Yep.
So for financial members who are unable to attend, you need to get your proxy or mail votes submitted by the 20th of November, Diz.
Okay, that won't be long.
No, it won't. So make sure you get on there. I think I've just lost it. I think it's the 22nd of November is the AGM. I'm just going to get that up as we're talking. But if you are a member, you should have an email about a postal vote PDF with all the nominations, Diz. And there are some great nominees for the vacant board positions. I'll confirm at 7 p.m. on the 22nd of November, 2024. It's at the Lakes Resort Hotel. I was correct, Diz. I should have just backed myself in, but I didn't.
Back yourself in, mate.
So the organisational members, there was 4 nominees for 4 positions.
Okay.
So that makes that one easy. So we got Tyson from the Young Husband Fishing Club. We have Shane, good friend of the show from Port Lincoln Tackle World. We have Andrew Harris.
Yes.
From North Bank Boats. And we have Alan Hall. I'm not sure what organisation he's a part of, but he's the other one.
Brilliant, mate.
So 4 in and there's 4 nominees, so they are all ready to go.
How good.
That's a tick the box type exercise.
Tick and flick.
So I think there's then 2 positions open for individual nominations.
Yep.
I think we've had 3 of these actually on the podcast, Diz.
Yes.
Gavin Matthews, he was a great fella from KI.
Yeah.
Took us out on our boat. Actually, we took him out, but he was the local knowledge.
Yep.
Off the south coast, and we caught some tuna. Great fella, Diz.
Absolutely, mate.
Kristen Goodchild seeking re-election.
Yep.
We've certainly had her on. She's been busy over on the west coast.
Yep. Very good. Love that.
We have Lauren, who grew up in Victoria and is now fishing in South Australia. She works in disability and aged support work, and she's got a lot of experience teaching different varying abilities clients how to get involved in fishing. So she's got a lot of sort of great background. So Lauren would be a great nominee as well.
Yep. Very good. Well done, Lauren.
We have Matt Moat.
Yes.
Who we had on, what was that?
Matt's fishing escape might have been 3.
3 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Would that be about right?
That'd be about right.
And has a great YouTube channel.
The high 1 teens.
And we have Tim Doyle. He's from Port Lincoln. We saw him at the Port Lincoln Tuna Comp earlier in the year. And he was, I reckon he was a guest in about the 40s.
Yeah, lovely guy.
So he is another great individual nomination. So that's a quick rundown of what we know. But if you remember, you should have got all that information in your email inbox.
Yep, good stuff, and good luck to all involved. We will follow that along and be sure to announce the results once RecFish make them available on their platforms, Rody.
All right, Diz, Onka Stompa has been run and won.
Oh, what a great day it is.
Another great event put on by Mark Mills.
Yes.
That was a couple of weekends ago, I think, Diz. And I know there's always lots of participants, and I'm not sure they always catch as many fish as this, Diz. But a good year. So several mulloway caught, measuring in 105 and 103 centimetres.
Yeah, good fish.
Bang, that is huge.
Yeah.
So the champion was Jordan Rogers. Biggest mulloway was Daniel Ferrugia, 105 centimetres.
Well done, Daniel.
And lots of other great winners, Diz. So there were brim and mulloway prizes for men, women and juniors, and then some other fish competitions, which were taken out by the salmon trout, Diz.
Yeah.
Let's just put it out there. If you caught 103 centimetre mulloway and you didn't win, you'd be flat.
Especially just those couple of centimetres, you'd be spewing. But you'd be pretty stoked with an over metre mull.
Oh, yeah. Particularly like, a daytime. It's not like you're out there in the middle of the night.
Nah.
There's people fishing all around you, and you pull out a metery.
Very well done. We love that. Well done to Millsy and the team of volunteers that get that Onka Stompa up and running every year. It's a great event. They get a lot of community engagement. They raise a heck of a lot of money for childhood cancer, and they just do a fantastic job all round. So we always look forward to reporting on the Onka Stompa and seeing how much of a great time everyone's had involved.
Yeah, and I'm just reading here, Diz, approx $17,000 raised for Breakthrough Mental Health Research Foundation. So the winners are great, but that's probably the main thing, isn't it?
Oh, my apologies. I got the charitable organisation wrong this time, but I'm sure that it's been childhood cancer in the past.
I reckon it has, but I am reading here Breakthrough Mental Research Foundation.
Well, that's great too, because I love it when they support multiple charities. That one will be doing some fantastic things for all involved. So well done, Millsy and the crew. That's brilliant. Good stuff.
All right, Diz, what else you got?
Well, mate, we've got a bit of an announcement that Harry has made on his social media platforms, but he's taken over Camaro Boats. He's bringing it in-house to Lonsdale. He's just covering off your premier or elite, I would say, offshore fishing weapons in the North Bank range. Now he's coming to town for your river sort of antics in Camaro Boats.
Yeah, Diz. I spoke to him at the boat show, and there was a bit of a whisper. He did sort of hint that this was coming, and it's been announced. It's all locked in. And they're going to move production down to where is it? Christie's Beach? Lonsdale's probably
Lonsdale.
the suburb. Is it near Christie's Beach?
Yeah, Lonsdale. Just at the back of Christie's Beach Marine there, mate.
So that's why I thought it was Christie's Beach. It's tricky, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not far from Christie's.
But anyway, sort of putting the two great businesses and great boat brands on site together.
Makes sense. We love that from Harry. Good stuff. All right, Rody, I've just got a little weird one for you to wrap up our news segment.
This worries me when you go weird.
This is at least sort of ocean related. We're not going back to snakecatchers.com.
It is coming into snake season, though.
It is coming into snake season. I'll keep my eyes.
Oh, actually, Mum found a blue tongue lizard that Lil was fascinated by. Does that count for Snake Watch?
Well, it probably does. I think it's not going to be Reptile Watch, but I'll allow it.
All right, what have you got?
All right, well, locals have spotted a malnourished emperor penguin thousands of kilometres on a beach in WA. So for those playing along at home, emperor penguins are the ones out of that movie. What's the
movie?
I think it's called Happy Feet. It is happy feet.
Okay.
But they're the ones that are home to Antarctica.
And the same one that was found in South Australia?
Well, good
Maybe
question.
It's not the same one because that one died, but the same species. Are we talking?
I think so.
Yeah. So is that why you've brought it up? Is that the relevance to our podcast? That I
was-
will remind you is a South Australian fishing podcast,
Yeah.
not a WA penguin podcast.
Well, you never know, though, because I could actually be ahead of the news here. If it made it to WA, there's every chance it's coming.
It could be.
It could be coming, so you never know.
Are we closer or further away from Antarctica than WA? Similar?
Well, I imagine it'd be similar. I don't know exactly what beach this was spotted at. In fact, the details are quite slim. But we have reported on penguin sightings in the past, so I thought it was relevant.
All right.
Does that pass the test?
It's only just passing the pub test, that one.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But look, I'm sure that there was an animal welfare type of organisation called, given that it was in a bit of strife. But I think being that far from home, I'm not sure there's much you can do for it at that point.
No, there's not, Diz. There's certainly not. Did you? This is sort of, we're getting on a bit of a sidetrack here, but did you see the city came to a standstill today for the elephant
Yes, I did.
getting transported to Monado Zoo?
I did. That was quite amazing.
And apparently people were like going out onto the road and looking for it. And it's literally a big box. You can't see the elephant.
No, and I think what was it? There was going to be an enormous amount of like not road closures, but like
like temporary road closures, I reckon.
Yeah, temporary closures or sort of traffic management, if you like. So for anybody going up the hill tonight who got stuck behind that elephant would be pretty flat about it, I reckon. Especially seeing as Adelaide is rife with road closures at the moment thanks to the Velo.
Oh, mate, do not get me started on
you
that.
don't want to be going anywhere near the city or the eastern burbs or the city. It's chaos.
You know, don't bash me down for this, but could we put something permanent up on that Victoria Park racecourse so we don't spend 6 months building a temporary structure and then 4 months taking it down?
Careful.
And then have a 2-month period where it's all clear.
Careful.
Unbelievable.
Careful.
All right, Diz, I just wanted to quickly touch on this. This isn't news as such, but it's just something interesting to think about. Now, I follow the Victorian Fisheries Authority on Facebook.
Okay.
And what have I been noticing lately? They're posting a lot of freshwater stuff. They're posting about Murray cod events, Murray cod this, yellow belly that, blah, 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 blah. Lots of freshwater gear. And they keep talking about this, saying that's why we're developing a plan for the trial controlled release of the carp virus in Victoria, pending approval by the Australian Department for Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestry. If they give it the green light to proceed, we want to be well prepared with a trial ready to implement. And they keep posting that. It just makes me think this herpes thing's getting another...
It's coming back.
It's getting another wind.
You think it's getting a second
Getting a second wind. Another wind? Second wind.
Second wind. Well, another wind is fine.
I just keep noticing that pop up on Facebook and I just keep thinking there's got to be an announcement or there's got to be something coming.
Wow.
This is one of those things, I've got no knowledge on it, but I just follow them on Facebook and they keep mentioning it.
It's interesting. We might be ahead of the news on the emperor penguin coming to SA and as well as the herpes virus that's going to be released.
You know, like...
Two huge stories.
I'm positive like this herpes virus, they will have investigated thoroughly what it does to Murray cod, to Callop, and to bird life, but do they know what it will do to emperor penguins?
I don't know.
Just to combine the two stories.
I hope the people who developed the virus are out there listening to this and they think about the penguins.
All right,
think about the penguins. All right,
this
let's
has
wrap
gone
that up.
full
That's
rogue.
gone weird. All right, let's move on. Let's get on to the tackle item of the week.
Now it's time for Rhodey and Diz to really show you what it means to have all the gear with a lot of idea as they review a tackle item of the week.
Okay, Rhodey, I'm going to let you handle this one, mate, because this is going to be one of Shimano's beautiful lures that you're going to take up to Hamilton Island, and hopefully you can show us a photo of a big GT or something that has just smashed it.
Dizzy, when you think of a big GT, you think of a big popper and you think of the action, top water action, and you think of the Shimano Oceania Bomb Dip Lure.
Yes, you do.
170 mil long, flash boost technology. It's got a beautiful big pink cup face.
Yeah.
That thing is going to dislodge some water.
Definitely.
72 grams, beautiful thing to cast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And look, this one is still sitting in its box. I'm going to get it wet over next week.
Yeah.
Try and catch something. I've got some spots ready to go.
Yeah, beautiful.
But we're going to bring this back to Adelaide, and you're going to continue on your ambition of a tuna on a popper.
Yeah, good call.
You went hard on that 2 years ago and you didn't get one?
I hooked up a couple times.
Yeah, did you get it in the boat?
Nah.
Nah.
Flat.
You know what our problem was? We were trying to film it and we were letting the filming get in the way of the catch.
I know. We'd had a good morning on the tuna, so we just got ahead of ourselves.
We got arrogant that day and we tried too hard.
Anyway.
But I'm going to take this bomb dip pop up. We're going to get a GT on it and then we're going to get a southern bluefin tuna. We'll tick off the best of the saltwater in the northern part of Australia and the southern waters.
Good call, mate. I love those ambitions. We look forward to hopefully seeing you with a good fish with that in hand. Keep us posted, mate. And
black and gold colour. That makes you think it's cheap and nasty, doesn't it? Black and gold. You know the home brand flour you get?
Yeah, but no, you can, mate, you're not even hardly moving and I can see it flashing in my eyes. Imagine the attention that thing's going to grab from some of those GTs lurking below.
So it just looks like a flailing bait fish, doesn't it?
It does. Good call.
All right, Diz, I'll get you a photo of something massive.
Yeah, love it, mate. Well done. All right, as we alluded to at the top, we've got some big guests. They've got a lot of preparation in the background for the tuna comp, the Port Lincoln Tuna Classic, which is coming up in March 2025. Let's get Steve and Ash on the line.
Now it's time to get our guest on the line. We'll ask them the all-important 5 questions, then chat all things fishing in SA.
All right, Diz, we are very happy to be joined by the legends behind the Port Lincoln Tuna Classic, Steve and Ash. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us back, boys. So good to be back.
Thanks, guys. Back again. I can't believe it's been nearly a year since the last one.
It's amazing how fast time goes past, boys. It does feel like it was not that long ago that we were catching up and having a beer and getting amped for the comp, and I bet you guys are starting to think about it. So we are going to talk all things the comp today, but first I thought it would be nice for the listeners to hear about some of the fishing that you boys have been up to. We know you've done some really good fishing, covering a lot of miles. Can you talk us through some highlights of the fishing for you this year so far?
Right, there's one that stands out, I reckon, Ash. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely one. The one where we brought a big fish home. We won't talk about all the other ones. But, we did manage to bring a barrel in after many empty trips. We did bring a barrel that come in just over 100 kilos. So
cracked the magic ton. Beautiful.
How good's that? So can you talk us through how many trips? Like, are we talking a dozen or?
Over 12 months, I've probably done 6 or 7 trips. I guess probably for nothing. So yeah, we felt like we deserved this fish.
And on this particular day, like, we set the lines, we got up real early. We would have a couple of hours sleep, and then, when you're just so excited, getting all the gear ready the night before and you're rigging up and crimping everything, you just didn't want to leave anything to chance. I slept in the boat shed, in the boat. I was that keen.
It's not the first time Steve's done that.
And then
you get your mail sent that directly to the shed, don't you?
That's it. The kids come for visitation. That's my home. So we left 4 o'clock. We're out at the spot. We'll just call it Spot X for now. Spot X. Put the lures in the water, and within a minute, 30 seconds.
We had a strike, literally rolling the first lure out. We had a hit. So that and it was I didn't see it, but other mate we had with us. He literally saw it like breach on the strike, which was pretty cool.
Oh wow!
So we were pretty excited, right? Like within the first minute, we were like, we're on.
And then I reckon it was roughly every hour we would have hooked one. And then the first real good one, screaming run, hooked up, plenty of drag, fought it for a while, drive the boat around chasing him, and all slack.
Yeah,
and,
pulled the hooks. Yeah.
Oh, no, it was the breakage, wasn't it?
We did. We busted one off and pulled the hooks on one.
Yeah.
And had a couple of strikes, and then finally landed one. So we were given a lot of chances that day.
So it was a busy day then. Kept you entertained.
It was a busy day.
But you would have been 1 o'clock by the time this strike happened.
Yeah.
Middle of the day, no tide.
Yeah. Day too.
And we know better than to ask for Spot X, but are we talking, did you launch from Port Lincoln or Coffin Bay?
Yeah.
Where, long way out?
South Port Lincoln. It's no real secret.
Yeah.
We could tell you where it is, but there's no point going there now because there's nothing there. I checked.
And have you cracked the code? Have you been out again and had another crack, or?
We got a bit short for time and a little bit stretched with work and other commitments, so we didn't get back. I have been back once, which was only 2 weeks ago, and it was quiet. The water was warm and no bait, no fish.
Well, there you go.
So I think I've heard that there's possibly has been a few sightings out like a lot further west, but I think we'd be coming to the end of our barrel season now, which was pretty consistent with last year too. Early November was the last one caught last year, so you could probably still have a crack, but it's definitely heading towards the end.
There you go. That's a good insight for anybody who's thinking about it. Very good. Very good. Now tell us, was this in the beach or?
The majority of my fishing was out of the beach, but
this particular trip was where, Ash?
We got it in Steve-O's boat.
Oh, geez, Steve-O, that was going to be my next question. Is your boat still going?
In too slow.
Yeah, that was her first trip post-tuna comp, so she spent 6 months off the water.
Oh, no messing around.
We filled her up with fuel and away she went and just had the most beautiful day.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, how good is that? You've done something right there, fixing it up, getting it back on the water and cracked the code on the barrels. How good?
He put me in his boat.
I will admit, Ashley was driving. I was sitting down on the couch and
Steve-O had pretty much given up on this particular day. He was laying down asleep, pretty much as if he'd given up. So
I had given up. Yeah.
I kept driving and I started rotating lures because I was getting desperate, pretty hungry, and so I started every 5 minutes. I'd put a new one out. I was running a 4-way spread, and I just started rotating my whole tackle bag. Like I've got rolls and rolls and rolls of lures. Will never tell my wife how much tackle I have in dollar value, but yeah, started rolling them out, and then eventually I put a big diver on, and 5 minutes it was on.
Bang.
Oh wow! And good fight. How long did you battle it for?
It was just over 30 minutes.
Okay.
But we had it both sides, but we were fishing pretty heavy, and it was a pretty tough fight. But we were sort of, because we'd lost a couple already, we were kind of we thought we were going pretty careful on it, but we were fishing heavy tackle. So.
And did he become dinner or?
Yes, we did keep it.
Yeah,
we did keep it, and we cleaned it all up,
gutted it, gilled it, and absolutely filled it with ice. Wrapped it in the chiller bag, and had a one-way ride back home.
You've been listening to Tuna Champions, haven't you?
Well, it's I think it's proven. You know, if you've had a tuna 5 years ago before you heard about Tuna Champions, then you have one today after you've listened to them, you know it's a superior fish.
Yeah, no, we luckily I've done a fair bit of commercial tuna fishing too, and if you're selling a tuna. It's actually been common practice for forever.
Yes, very good.
The system works. It wasn't just developed yesterday.
No, very good.
If you look after your fish, it'll taste better.
Beautiful. Exactly right. Now you've been – sorry.
It was incredible.
It was insane. It was like a Wagyu steak.
Oh, wow.
It was so good. I think it was better because we tried so hard to get it.
And you've been heading further offshore to the shelf as well, boys?
One trip.
One trip.
We did do one.
You did okay?
We did okay. Yeah, it was okay. We caught blue trevally, harpooker, pinkling, blue grenadier. Not in huge quantities this time. We had a little bit of trouble with some mako sharks.
Ooh.
So they limited our catch coming to the boat, and we lost a fair bit of gear. But awesome adventure. I just love going out there. You're just fishing unknown in 500 metres of water. You don't really know what you're going to get. So I just love being out there.
Yeah, epic.
It's all new.
We did have we had one hookup, something mysterious that.
Big hookup. Yeah.
Big hookup, the Shimano Beastmaster 9000.
Was struggling, to say
Struggled.
the least.
Struggled. We cooked it. So, needless to say, Shimano, great company, came to the party, helped me get into one of the 12,000s after that. So next time we go out there, we'll be ready for him. But
just another piece of gear for your shed.
Yeah, I don't know. I've done a few trips out there, and there's always something like that happens. Like you always have the one that got away story, because it's just, you don't know what's out there. You know, there's real monsters that are deep out there.
Yeah, epic. All right, love that, boys. That is a fantastic summary of some of the highlights of the fishing you boys have been up to. Let's get on to the comp. Are you boys in sort of full operation, get ready for the March long weekend tuna comp, or are you sort of mad rush to the end of the year?
There's a lot happening. There's the admin side of things and the organisation stuff is all year round. You know, getting the sponsors on board, getting all of your logistics organised. There's meetings forever with every little moving part. The T-shirts just got signed off 2 days ago, which was really exciting. We got 99% of the sponsors locked in, which is the funding to run the comp.
Yeah,
and they look good. They look good too. Pretty exciting.
Shirts look really good this year.
Colour, couple new sponsors, and they're going to look nice.
Beautiful, epic. Now, are you doing a tackle talk on the night? Are you going to the brewery and sort of just running it back, or?
We were literally talking about it just before, and other people that think we should do it because they loved it. We ummed and ahed about not doing it just because it's less work on our behalf, but I think it might have been probably a little bit more successful than we realised.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll watch this space. We'll put some more thought into it.
Very good. Now, what's new this year, guys? I know you've got one new award. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, this one we didn't want to create a new award for the purpose of creating a new award that we did. So, unfortunately, earlier this year, Peter Teakle, one of the founding fathers, passed away, which is sad. Which is really sad. You know, he was an amazing man and carried this competition. So,
well, it was big. He was, a very big part of starting it, and him and his sort of colleagues ran it for what?
Yeah, I reckon.
I think it was 12 years.
Yeah.
Consecutively ran the competition, which then before it was passed on, which is a pretty big feat in itself. We've done it for 2, coming up to our 3rd, and it's no easy task, let alone to do it for 12. I'm not sure if we've got 12 in us.
So the new trophy, the most meritorious capture. So, the idea came about with in conjunction with our trophy manufacturer, Mark Waters, and the idea was we can award this for many different reasons throughout the competition. Was it a fantastic catch? Was it fantastic attitude? Someone that really went above and beyond? Was it something funny? It's really open for us to interpret.
And generally, we've had a couple of people in the previous competitions, and it's been sometimes even just someone turning up like on the day before to help us, and they're kind of is sometimes that standout person. So if it could be as simple as that. It just literally makes our job a little bit easier and a little bit more fun. Those people exist in there. That could be it.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch how the pre-event and the actual event plays out and get that first name engraved on there with a story for the years to come.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really excited about that one.
Very good. Now, guys, apart from that similar sort of setup to previous years, I'm imagining, are you going bigger and better, more entrants, more boats? What's the plan?
It's a really good question. We kind of want to keep the integrity as much as we can, and having it that little bit more exclusive does play into that. So I think if you had 200 boats fishing, it may not have the same camaraderie and the same community that it has right now. So we're thinking 30 boats is probably the right mix.
Yeah, the more we have, it's also harder to manage as well on our behalf. I think to run it the way it is, it's a very complex competition, but it's all those things that make it. We've had quite a few entrants that have fished other competitions around Australia and have said that ours is quite clearly the best they've ever been in, and that's partly due, I think, to the structure of it and the way it's done, and that smaller boat number. It's let's be honest, it's also a party from start to finish, which I don't think you'd quite be able to do if you had more boats. It's pretty personal. We sort of know every single person in there. And a lot of them know each other. So, especially if they've been in it. Most people have been in it more than once. We get a few new entries, but probably 50% are previous who've been in it. Some of those guys have been in it from the start.
Yeah.
So, the main structure, we really like the way it is. So it's not too far broken, so we're not going to try and fix it too much. So.
Absolutely, guys. We've done it once, and we would say just absolutely roll out what you did last year, and it's a winner.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, we all right. The community love it, and the reason that we want to run this event is because it's so much fun, and it's so much fun because of what it is. So, yeah, we don't want to change anything.
No, it's good.
We'll even try and keep the weather the same as last year. The last time.
If you can do that, you're doing well.
I was going to say, you wouldn't have a problem with entrance if you did it last year. You'd have bloody dinghies out there. It was so nice, the weather last year. But, no, good stuff, boys. We love that. It's been an interesting time. I'm sure you would have seen recently the Coast to Coast announced that they weren't going to be running this comp this year. So it did cross our minds to think whether there'd be a number of keen tuna anglers looking at their comps for next year going, we'll put our name down. But I like your take on it, keeping that sort of close community feel about it, and one massive party certainly made us have one of the best weekends of our life. So I reckon you boys are doing a great job down there, and keep at it.
Yeah, there's so much good to bring to your community and all of the entries with it. And you might not have seen on our socials, we actually haven't announced it yet, but Friday night, Ash and I went to our local Chamber of Commerce annual and Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Awards night on Friday night, Ash, and we love going and seeing what all the local businesses in our area are up to and what's going on. And we weren't necessarily going out with any expectations. What happened, Ash?
We with probably a fair bit of surprise on our behalf, we won a Excellence in Community Service award for the competition.
Very good.
Which we were nominated by anonymously nominated by someone in the community and voted for by community and a panel of judges. And there was quite a few categories, and we took out the top prize in our category, which I nearly fell off my seat, to be honest. Which was pretty special.
Huge effort. Congratulations on that one, guys.
Thanks, guys. It's I think it just goes to show that the competition's far more than just us having a great time.
Yeah.
There's people fishing in it to be heroes. There's people fishing in it because it's a blast. And you think back 2 years, the girls that took out heaviest fish, I mean, they hadn't fished together before. And last year we had more kids than we've ever had before fishing as well. And there's a lot of good that comes out of this on top of it being an absolute blast. So, it was really nice to be able to reflect
Yeah, good time.
Yes, very good. And you talk about that community aspect of the competition, and obviously there's plenty of fundraising that goes on. Are you supporting the Runaway Brides, the Variety Bash again?
Yeah, that one was a really good one. I talked to some competitors quite recently about this as well, because we've just changed the prize pool split a tiny bit to give back a little bit more to charity again, because we're getting some really healthy Calcutta, bidding,
Yeah, and we're not expecting it to be any less this year.
So we've still got 70% first prize, gone to 15% second prize and 5% third prize, and the charity donation's gone to 10%. And there's a lot of really good reasons to do this. The good that this community or that this organisation does is amazing. Like they track their dollars, dollar donated, the dollar given back out. There's no overheads, there's no wastage at all, and we see a really good opportunity to give back to someone that may not have ordinarily gotten it, but that affects a lot of the people and could impact on really positively the competitors and their families. So we've got a lot of people around the place that Variety has helped, and to be able to give back is outstanding. And the sponsors have been really helping us to drive this change. They want to be supporting community events that help to give back. Having one massive cash prize pool that someone walks away with isn't quite as good as being able to give back and still have a really great prize pool. So, it's a bit of responsibility with making these changes, but
I think so far the feedback's fairly positive. A lot of people have always said that when there is that much money, available in the comp, that some, putting some back to charities is a nice little gesture. And it's we obviously the Runaway Brides, they're all local. One of them is my mother in the car. They in return, they also probably not everybody knows how much help they actually give us a lot of help to run the competition. So it's not just going just to the charity itself. They sell our shirts and our merchandise, and they run the FBOS machine for us on the night. They help with the bidding of the auction, and so those 2 nights, they help us run the night in a huge way. They have usually three or four of them there. Just helping me and Steve do all that stuff that we really don't have time to do right there and then. So we get a lot back from them too. So,
which helps all the competitors to have a bloody great competition.
We struggle doing it without them now, to be honest.
Yeah, no, good call, boys. I reckon that's a great initiative, and with that, it's no wonder that you blokes have taken out the Excellence Award there. It's a fantastic job you do, and we did see some of that happening behind the scenes, keeping the competition running in the background. No doubt a huge amount of work. So congratulations to you blokes. We're really looking forward to seeing all the entries and all of the social media ramp up as we get closer towards March, and we can't wait to see what happens, boys.
Yeah, we were pretty sure you guys were coming back again, weren't you? Was that, did leave pass with the missus yet? Has that been...
Yeah, we'll pour beers or catch squid or cook something. Just anything you need, we'll be there. No, we're looking forward to it. It's in our diary, that's for sure.
I've just got to get past a baby birth about a week out, but we'll see how we go. I'll be due for a holiday by then, won't I?
I reckon. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Where's your community service attitude?
Oh, exactly right. That'll get past, I'm sure.
It's for everyone else, not for me.
No, very good, boys. Well done on the recent award, and well done on putting on what is a great event in the fishing calendar. And we'll be doing everything we possibly can to be there.
That'll be awesome, guys. For anyone listening, on our Facebook, we've got Instagram up and running now. We're hanging with all the cool kids. Website's firing on all cylinders, and Ash and I are always available for phone calls. We love this event and putting it on, and there's entries flying in, and there's so much good momentum. So yeah, if you want to secure one of those 30 spots, it's probably better to do it sooner than later.
Yeah, big time. The sooner they're in also makes it a little bit easier for us.
Beautiful. Love it, guys. Thanks for giving up some of your time to have a chat with us. We look forward to everything building up to the comp, like we say, and we'll chat to you guys soon.
Thanks, guys.
Geez, it was good to have a chat with Steve and Ash. They're always sort of plotting something away in the background, whether it's being recognised for their enormous contributions to the community there or preparing for what's going to be an elite tuna competition in March next year. Rhodey, it was great to have a chat with the boys.
Couple of real enthusiastic operators, those two, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. And a very well-oiled machine the Tuna Classic is.
All right, Diz, let's tell people where the fish are biting.
Rhodey and Diz have been out on the water to bring you the news about where they're biting. Now it's time for the fishing report.
Righto, Rhodey, there's kingies at Port Augusta. It's no secret.
Nah, no secret. I've seen some pictures of heaps and heaps of boats.
Ned got a good one.
He did. And plenty of others are getting them. There's lots of people targeting them. So I'd love to know the percentage of people that are targeting them that are getting one. But I don't reckon everyone's getting them.
Nah, there can't be everyone getting them. But there's some really good-sized fish being caught, Rhodey.
There is. And there's a lot of gear getting lost. There's a lot of sort of carry on about all that sort of stuff.
Bastos. Lots of photos of the amount of boats out there too. So, good on for everyone getting involved and getting out there and having a crack. So, good stuff. Keep up the good work while they're running hot. Rhodey, this next photo, this came across our desk on the South Australian Fishing Facebook page, but oh my Lord, it was a good snapper caught off Galwa Beach, wasn't it?
It was, Diz, and John Parks is the gentleman that shared this one.
Yep.
What size are you putting that down to, Diz?
Oh, mate, that's got to be, what do you reckon?
How long's his arms, you reckon?
I don't know. It's got to be 80s.
Yeah, how many kilos we talking?
I don't know.
8 kilo? It's not 10.
Nah, wouldn't be
7
10.
or 8?
I reckon it'd be something like 8. 8.5.
Looks similar to that one I caught at Middleton that day. Probably not quite as big.
Wow, I've heard it all now.
But that's a good effort, John. I know you've tried hard to beat my beach snapper from 10 years ago.
Well done, John. Great catch. Hope it was released safely.
Nah, you can keep that.
Yeah.
That's in the zone.
They're the breeders.
Okay. Nah, he kept it because I saw the I think he commented with a picture of what he cooked it up as.
Yeah, he would have kept it because that thing would go beautifully on the Weber, wouldn't it?
It would, Diz, and it's obviously in the southern zone.
It is in the southern zone.
I actually think he might have commented saying he took fillets off and he made stock out of the bones, I reckon he might have said.
Oh, cool. Well,
can't quite remember, but I did read the post and I did think, good on him, like he's done a good job at using every bit of it.
Yep, I don't mind that. Don't mind it at all. All right, ready? Let's move on, mate. The cray season's open and you have some family ties to some of the all-time greatest cray divers.
Well, I think they're some of the all-time greatest cray divers.
Oh, if I just said what they tell us
yeah,
every
pretty
time.
much. Ben and Mark, so that's Jack. Jack's family got out and they got 4 each. So they got the bag limit of crayfish on the opening day.
Some good ones?
I think they said they got 18 kilos worth of crayfish across 8. So that's 2.5 kilos per crayfish on average.
Yeah, right.
So I'd say that's pretty good size, Diz. I think the weather wasn't ideal.
No.
But, yeah, that's pretty good going.
I didn't share you any insights. We talking lower Yorks, I suppose?
Oh, look, I'd be guessing yes. But I'm not positive, Diz. I'm not positive at all.
Nah, good stuff. Well done to them. They just would be hanging out for that day.
I've read it here, 19.5 kilos of cray, so even better. So probably a bit over 2.5 kilos.
Not bad. Good going. Well played. All right, Rody, the last thing we want to touch on here is the cockles that are being caught at Goolwa. Some really good numbers you got down there and got a feed, which you did well to get that up on the socials. We love that. What else happened down there, mate?
Fisheries came.
Yeah? Happy with your work?
Didn't get perfect marks, no.
Okay, right.
I didn't get arrested.
No, that's good. That's always a good start.
So here's what I was doing. We got about 600, just for reference. We weren't there all day. We didn't pillage them. We were there for a couple of hours. Lou had enough. We went to the bakery. So we got enough to give Lucy's parents a bit of dinner and to fill up the freezer a bit.
They freeze them, do you reckon, for future? Like, how many do you leave them with?
Oh, no, they took like a meal's worth.
Oh, right.
They weren't freezing them. I think they said they'll go back and get some more for their next little pasta dish.
Yeah, nice.
Anyway, Diz, so this was what Fishery said I was doing, not quite 100% by the book. So I was collecting them, putting them in a little bucket as you were going, then putting the little bucket into the big bucket. Where did I have the big bucket sitting?
The big bucket was up on the beach.
Up in the shade of the car. Like I thought I was doing the right thing, putting it in the shade so they'd stay nice and fresh.
Yeah.
Apparently, once you take them away from like the water's edge, you need to have checked them for size.
Okay.
Whereas I was leaving them in a big bucket and then checking them for size at the end before I put them in the esky. Or as we went, like every, half an hour, I was checking them and putting them in the esky and counting them.
Yeah.
And that's when I was checking any that were borderline.
Yeah.
Whereas they told me, which I understand, that you need to check them for size at the water's edge.
Fair enough. Well, that's a good little tip for everybody out there heading down to Goolwa to try and get themselves, load up the bait freezer or get a feed for dinner, whatever it is that you're doing. Make sure you're following the rules.
But they were a couple of nice blokes. They were happy to help people out. They weren't there to,
belittle anyone.
Make a big deal of it. They weren't there to pick on some bloke that had taken one cockle too many. They were there to, do the right thing, educate the community and make sure no one was rorting the system.
Good. We love that. Brilliant stuff. All right, Rody, that's been a very good episode, mate. Where can the listeners find us?
Dizzy, we're on Facebook and Instagram. Share us your photos. Hit us up with a question, a voice message if you've got one.
Yeah, where's the voice memos at?
And we're on Spotify and Apple Music. Everywhere you get your podcast, we'll be there.
Good stuff, Rody. I'm looking forward to seeing a few photos from Hamilton Island of some big reefy monsters.
Mate, they'll be there. Don't worry about that.
Good stuff. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll speak to you soon.
Rody and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.